Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. It's been a few days, hasn't it? It sure has. It's been 3 days? 2 days. 2 days since I last recorded. Yeah. Welcome back. How's it going? Hope you enjoyed the little 3-day Monster Train focused up strategy I did. I'm gonna try and find the time to do that again because recording ahead of time felt a lot better than doing the like 4 a.m. terrible recordings that I was doing. However, it's kind of tough because a lot of my recording time right now is taken up with doing co-op stuff with Cranberry. I record it's like the 3 hours that I would probably spend otherwise I spend with him doing stuff, I think. Although, let's be honest with ourselves, if I weren't doing that, I would just be playing more WoW or doing schoolwork. So, Anyway, it's a very strange time of day. It's a very odd hour. It is 4:45 p.m. I know you thought I was gonna say a.m., right? No, it's the afternoon. I'm just gonna record this now. I don't really know why I suddenly felt the desire to record right now, but here we are. My exams did not end up lining up, by the way. You're never gonna believe it, but my physics professor had to push back the midterm due to health issues. There's no way, right? Like, it's just, it can't be. He said he was okay. I'm sure he's fine, but like, dude, there's no way we have 2 semesters in a row, right? God, I hope not. Anyway, let's play Monster Train. It's been a few days. I'm gonna be a little rusty, I imagine, but we'll see how it goes. I did a little audio test before I started this to check the levels, because the game feels a little loud to me. But it sounded fine when I did my audio test. However, I'm also inclined not to believe it. Like, title screens always seem to be quieter than I get in the actual game. But I don't know. If this is too loud, someone informed me in the Discord that Cranberry is too loud in co-op, so I'll be fixing that later today. And yeah, if this is too loud, please let me know. I'm still going through the audio balancing issues. Most people have said things sound fine, but if it's a little too loud or too quiet, please feel free to let me know. I think it comes across quieter in Streamlabs because I actually suppress the audio levels of the game in Streamlabs. So it's louder to me than it is to you, basically. But anyway, hope you are doing well today. It's Saturday. Hope you're having a nice Saturday out there. Happy weekend. Hope you're doing something cool today. And let's get to it, shall we? We have Awoken, Stygian. Nice. Pushback Talos, Spell Shield Fell with Sap Seraph, Glimmer, Crypt Builder, Pyre Shards. Really nice starting cards. I like starting with Crypt Builder. Most Stygian cards do feel pretty good to start with, but I am particularly excited about Crypt Builder. Take Pyre Stone Housing here. We are Stygian secondary. I like Explosive a little more than Cultivating here. I'll tell you why. I think the game plan is going to be double draw, put a Siren behind the Sentient, and then just rapid fire. Like, it's going to be the rapid fire machine gun Sentient strategy. Not going to take this trial, by the way. It's the rapid fire Sentient strategy, but usually that strategy has trouble killing bosses, but if we slap any Siren behind her, we'll be fine. I think it will be strong. God, the game does like it. I do this every episode now, but I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. I hope you don't mind. It feels too loud to me. It's uncomfortable for me. Maybe it's gonna be a little quiet for you. If it is, what I'll do is I'll boost the levels in Streamlabs a little bit. But when I did the test audio, it was fine. So turning it down a little bit will probably not change much. Again, if it's really awful, you can let me know. I'll fix it. The big problem is that I can't like go in game. Like, I can't stop the recording now and do a test. I guess I could. It's just really annoying too. Like, I could stop the recording right now. What I would do is I would pause the recording, listen to this section, and then I'd have to edit the video together, and that just adds time. It also is, like, the editing software that I use is very hard on my CPU. I tried exporting 2 videos at once in it, and I could smell my computer. I did not like it. So I'm trying to have to avoid that. I'm trying to avoid using that software as much as I can. But yeah. Well, you can let me know. Razor Sharp Edge is good. I think Sting is also pretty good here. Razor Sharp Edge is nice if we don't find a Siren, but Sting is good just generally. I'll go Razor Sharp. I do really want to click on Sting. Let's look at the map. Stygian Banner. I might just... No Stygian Banner lines up with a Merchant of Steel. If I take both Stygian Banners, I don't see a Steel Shop until after Fell. That's disgusting. So I am gonna look at this Stygian Banner here. I'll go Sting. I'm gonna bet on that. I'm gonna bet on the high roll here. It's not even that high of a roll. I'm betting on Stygian Banner or a unit draft in Combat 2 or Talos' unit draft to have a Siren. Easy as that. I do think this is better. Like, Nameless Siren in particular, she does not do great with Razor Sharp Edge. Her health bar is pretty low. What do I want? I want to cost down Restore. That's going to be our priority in these magic shops. So here we're probably going to duplicate. I might even go so far as to duplicate Restore. I guess we'll see when we get there. So now all we're doing is we're looking for multi-strike. We're 3 pieces away. I will take the unit draft because the unit draft can give us a piece. It opens up another line if we see Hot Shark here. But Holdover Glimmer or Hot Shark Endless and multi-strike. These are the things that we need now. We pick up these things, we're winning the run. I think we're pretty favored right now. I would give us probably like an 80%. Something has to go pretty wrong for this one to get away from me. I have no problem paying 3 to crit build away enemies, by the way. Like, crit building these 645s, or crystallising them as well works. We're just maintaining health on our Sentient here. We don't get a whole lot of rage, but I'm sure it's fine. And I have a crit builder coming up, which works. I think the best thing we could see from this combat is Offering Token right now. Yeah, this works. It's 60 damage into the boss, and it lets me kill the foot soldier here. And it's 55 damage, I guess, but you get the idea. And we do Lance, Restore, and that's a nice, easy combat. Starting with 3 Stygian spells that just answer heavies for you is really nice, as you can see here, because you'll usually draw into one of them and just kill the heavies. Steel Enhancer feels like the way to go. I'm not going to go Razor Sharp here. Flash Freeze is okay. We do have, by the way, worth mentioning, Pushback Talos. We have a Nameless Siren. It is definitely a losable position. Pushback Talos does present us with a unique opportunity to die on an otherwise winning run. The 20% loss is Pushback Talos. So we do want to try and take things that help us with her. Flash Freeze helps us with her. Just a little bit, though. We don't have any other sources. I actually kind of feel like Spell Weakness helps us more. But... think about this. I think I'm just going to skip this. Lodestone Totem is weird. It's like, it's fine. What I would do here is I would take Lodestone Totem purely to protect Nameless Siren, because the situation then becomes Lodestone Totem can, in a multitude of ways, stop Nameless Siren's death. Which is good. Or at least decent. But it does become pretty bad after that. I'll take it. I feel like this is the way to go. I'm not going to full commit and pivot into Lodestone Totem like I may in other runs, but I think it's fine. We'll go left here. The duplication just doesn't really have anything that I would duplicate for. It's like Steel Enhancer, maybe. Right, but that doesn't even seem that good. Just come over here, grab another -1 Restore. No holdover, unfortunately. Could have rolled for it, but it's not so imperative. Husk Hermit can work. Since I took Lodestone Totem, I think I'm going to shy away from Husk Hermit, but he could be good here. I guess he's not that good because it's Sap Seraph, though. Now, if I, again, another option here, just to be certain we get through Talos, is to just take Holy Shield. Holy Shield gives us a way to keep the Siren alive, given a bad set of rolls, which is potentially fine. I don't know. It's fine. I think it is fine. In most situations here, I think I do just purge this. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Talos, Pushback Talos. I've written many lines of dialogue based around proper Pushback Talos positioning. So let's talk about it, shall we? Pushback Talos is guaranteed to see bottom floor twice. I am like 70% on that. Sometimes I think she just kind of says fuck you and goes wherever she wants, but I don't know. So here's the deal. She's down here. She's going to choose one of these two top or middle floors to go next. After that, she will go to the other one, then she'll return to bottom, and then she will choose one of two floors again, and then she will return to the bottom floor. Because of Relentless, right? So I'm thinking I just set up normally on the middle floor. We hope she goes top floor. Alternatively, no, because right now, presently, if I were to set up normally on the middle floor, my Siren dies. She just gets killed, and there's nothing I can do about it. God, oh, this fight's so fucking annoying. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to lose the 50-50. She's going to go mid-floor. I'm not going to be able to play the Lodestone Totem, or else my Siren's going to die. Or rather, it's just like, no matter how you look at this, it's just messy. There's no good way to go about this. Losing space top floor with Talos bottom floor is just a nightmare. If Talos were on top or mid, I would just slam my units on the floor with her. But there's really no way to go about this that's clean. Because it's like, I can play... There's a world where I play Nameless Siren in front, and then Sentient behind top floor, and then Talos goes up there and only visits there once. The other thing is this 5 armor means that I can't just glimmer out of that 5-1 existing. I have to draw into, like, Crystallis Frozen Lance. So what I'm getting at here is, as often is the case with Pushback Talos, we're fucked. There is not a good answer to this fight right now. I'm going to be taking a risk no matter how you look at it. It's either a risk... I'm just gonna play, I guess. I'm just gonna play my cards, and then when I lose because it's Pushback Talos and I just lost the 50-50, I'm gonna be mad. That's all there really is to it, because I'm trying to think of... There's a world where... I'm just gonna do this. And this is probably the best thing you can do here. Maybe I can bait her top floor with the Train Steward. If she goes top floor here, by the way, it's okay. It's completely fine if she goes top floor. Of course she doesn't go top floor here. Don't be ridiculous. Do not say such absurd things to me. So now the position is fucked, basically. It's just fucked. There is not a good answer to what we're looking at here. I guess there is, and it's a Lodestone Totem in the back here. I guess this is the answer. I'm gonna accept damage here. Maybe we can sneak out of this with just pure sap output. No matter how you look at this, though, it's just like, this is very upsetting as a position to be in here. And we'll give it to you straight. I'm not happy that we're in this point. I don't like this. Now we need Talos to come mid-floor again. And we can potentially get out of this, because Talos comes mid-floor, we drop her down to 1, and then she pushes Siren to the back. Damage we take here is fine, I'm at full health, we had a strong early game, it's not a big deal to take 11. So now we have to win the next 50-50, and then it's okay. I can save that damage, I don't mind it. I'm not gonna play Train Steward, or I'll play Train Steward down here, I guess. Please go mid-floor Talos. Do one thing right in your godforsaken life. Okay. I'm not mad. Surprisingly enough, this combat I'm not going to leave it particularly angry. I have to stop after this restore, though. And that should be fine. Okay. Good news, everyone. We have found the line to escaping Pushback Talos' wrath. I'm very, very happy I took this totem, by the way. Took the Holy Shield for this shit too, but I didn't draw into it. Very, very happy to have taken this Lodestone totem. If I were afraid here, I could slam Holy Shield. I'm not afraid. Although I did lose my totem, so maybe I should have been a little more afraid here. I should have been a little more afraid here, indeed. After all of this, I'm just gonna lose anyway, which is ridiculous. How absurd. I'm gonna replay this, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna replay this. I should have just slammed Holy Shield. It's okay. Look. I do not have any qualms about resetting Pushback Talos fights whatsoever, because this fight fucking sucks and I hate it. I've spoken at length about how much I hate this boss, but I really, truly hate this boss. Lodestone Totem goes here. I think that Rage Fell is a good designed philosophy compared to the nightmare that is this boss. I cannot stand it. At least the combat goes quickly when you know what to play. And then I throw Train Steward down here, even though I don't think it matters. Oh, I was supposed to save 5 damage there. Oh well. Right, and now we go play 1 Restore, then Crystallis, and then 1 more Restore. The problem with how we are set up here is I have no multi-strike and I have no way to... I have no multi-strike and I have no way to build regen on the Sentient because I have to play all of my spells to survive the fight, basically. But with 6 damage, we'll have 4 damage shield, which buys us a few rounds. Plus, it lets us play some sap on her as well. It's just a shame. It's like maybe I play Glimmer, Holy Shield on the Sentient here. I don't remember what the draw looks like next turn. I think it is pretty bad. Maybe it is Glimmer, Holy Shield, and if I die anyway here, then it's fine. I guess I just didn't prepare properly, but, you know. I'm gonna do Holy Shield. I'll keep this guy alive and we'll see how it goes. Oh, it's only -1 there. 246. So we get to just play the spells to stack up our sap here and then we're chilling. Because every round of sap is a lot. Yeah, and now we don't die. I don't know. It's alright. I would like to have seen Wildwood sap somewhere on this run as well. However, we cannot always get what we want. That's fine. Go to 8 HP, we barely scrape by. From this position, the rest of this run is a stomp. We win easily from here on. I just did not find the obtuse thinking line to defeat Pushback Talos. It's another one of those, like, worst possible boss setups, too, where there's no certainty on that run, or on that combat. There's just question marks across the board. I don't really care for any of these. Rail Spike is fine, I guess. Don't really want any of these. Maybe Husk Hermit, but I'm just gonna look for the Glimmer. And then we take draw. We go take multi-strike and things of that nature. I'm going, you know, just positive thinking. Gonna get multi-strike right here. Endless, yep, that's what yep, there it is. Sick. What did I tell you? I'm also just gonna go ahead and grab plus 25 on the Nameless Siren. It's like, this is probably a run where just seeing the Steel Shop before Talos makes it a little more certain as well. Like, going Awoken banner is probably marginally better, but I really wanted to see a Stygian unit on this run because they are so strong. And it's okay now. Just pass this. Because now I don't have to worry about my Siren randomly getting broken open, so I can I can play accordingly. I don't really feel anything of fear towards this combat now. These guys doing 8 bothers me not at all. Yeah, because Restore also does just kill one of them. Train Steward top floor is a little better in case of Collector. Cool. Lodestone Totem can basically be removed from this run now, I'm pretty sure. Like, we can just start taking units out of this run. And I'm pretty sure it's positive. Guess I should have played Crypt Builder there. Since I didn't draw any Restores. We need to get, like, Restore or another similar card that does what Restore does for us here. Which is be cheap and trigger Rejuvenate so that we don't end up in a position like this one again. And we can also do that by filtering out some of the units, right? Just start filtering cards out, removing is fine as well. Lots of ways we can go about this one, I'm pretty sure. Although we do need to get a better source of regen stacking as well. Maybe this run is not so straightforward after all. I guess armor on Nameless Siren also can work. I think there's a lot of ways to go here. It's definitely not so cut and dry as I had anticipated. No Wildwood stat means that we have to click on a different regen card somewhere along the line. Or just find armor too, I mean. Hey, different regen card. Engraft is, like, all 3 of these cards are really, really good for us, but I think that we do kind of need to go Spreading Spores, although the problem with Spreading Spores is it does not trigger Rejuvenate. I do think it's the way to go still. None of these. Could maybe make a case for taking the Silence Tome just cuz, but nah. Go left here. Eventually we're gonna find that holdover also, and it becomes a lot better. Totem Fragment? It's fine here, I guess. It's a really, really strong artifact. It's just all remove consumes. At least we get a +10 here for Glimmer. And I can roll for holdover finally. Sick. Very nice. From here, we're pretty much set, I think. I just need to make like 5 prime removals now. I'm actually gonna make 2 removals here, right? Or is it what's the next ring? It's another magic shop in the next ring. So I'm happy to spend 2 removals right now just to get a little more certainty. We could also die to Stealth Boss here, I suppose. I should mention we could die to Stealth Boss here. Extra space is interesting. I mean, it just opens up the duplicate Siren line for Seraph, which I think is a winning line. I'm down. Lets me take double draw pretty comfortably. I'm gonna aim to get the Siren filled out with Incant Armor 2 at the Steel Shop, and then we'll duplicate her over here. That's gonna be the rough estimate of the game plan. Yeah, could die to Stealth Boss here. This is a run that is... It looks very strong, but then the game is just throwing all of the worst possible scenarios at me to see if it is strong. Also, Railspike is just hitting 0-cost cards. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what you're doing to me here, Awoken's Railspike. I'm not sure I like it, though. I'm gonna go ahead and maximize my incants. I also should be throwing out these Train Stewards. Although, no I shouldn't, because I need them to eat up stealth rounds for me. Yeah. So I need to hold these and then play them to eat up stealth. With Spreading Spores we can also get there, I'm pretty sure. Game just took a second on that one. I wonder if this run is this run me shaking off the rust of not playing for a few days? I feel like this run is deceptively difficult, personally. It looks like this run should be real easy, right? It really does, but I'm having a bit of a hiccup here and there. Okay, like again here I might just be deceived. Because we only have 6 regen, you're gonna have what? You're gonna have a lot. Let's see. 6 stealth? Ah, we're fine. The regen is enough. I mean, we don't need a ton of regen to survive 13 health or 13 attack, right? It is true. And we get the 40 damage per round. Not too bad. If I had removed all those train stewards, though, we might be in a bit more of an awkward position. In graph? Yep. I don't think I won any of these. Worth mentioning, too, if I had picked and graphed at the last choice, I would have lost, I'm pretty sure. So, happy with my decision to take Spreading Spores. I used to really like Spreading Spores. Like, this was maybe my favorite card for a while when I was starting out. I've definitely cooled on it a lot in recent memory, but it is less good than it appears. It is good, it's just not as crazy as I once thought. Cool event. I would like Bone Dog here. No, I said Bone Dog, not Bone Shine. I'll take Bone Shine. I mean, it's fine, right? It's like 15 pi. Wow, that is not fine. Giving up at, like, this is really not worth it. And I was like, oh yeah, this should be fine, right? You just take it and heal for 15? Well, when you put it like that, when you tell it to me like that, you know what? Maybe I'm okay. Sometimes it's worth 20. But it's worth 15 if I skip my turn, which is not something that I'm really looking to do against Fel here. Really not. You know, we're coming up on the release of the DLC. You guys excited for it? I've been looking forward to it. I am going to be streaming this game when the DLC hits, which is about 3 weeks from now. I'll probably just pivot over to streaming this game, basically full time. And when I say basically, I mean full time. I'm just going to stream Monster Trade for a good while. It's exciting. It's going to be fun to find new strategies and find fun ways to win the game again. Experiment and start to try and find like the, ooh, how does this work out here sort of lines, you know? I look forward to it. Hopefully you look forward to it as well. But someone has been asking if I'll be streaming it in the as a build up, and I might, like, in the few days before, I might stream it. I'll let you know when the time comes if I do decide. Right now I've been playing a lot of Loop Heroes. If you haven't checked out that game, you definitely should. It's very good. I want to play Crystallis here, but Crystallis is a mistake because I even more than Crystallis want to be stacking my regen for Fel. We don't need to live for too long. The Siren has like 200 attack or something like that already. But we do need to live. Yeah, this run is not looking so bad now. From this position onwards, we do just win, right? It was just, the early game was a little rocky because Pushback Talos did it to me. And maybe we don't win this fight, by the way. We win this fight, what am I saying? Duplicate Siren and duplicate Spreading Spores are both lines that are worth considering. We definitely win this, right? Yeah. Of course we do. I think there is a good case for both. I'm not sure what's better. I think against Seraph, it's probably better to just duplicate Spreading Spores. Rather, against Seraph, I should say. Now, Gifts for a Guard is interesting because it can be played to just give us a big infusion of Spreading Spores. Thin out some of these Frozen Lances, Crypt Builders. I do think Gifts for a Guard makes sense here. Maybe I'll regret it. Towards the end of the combat, it'll just give us like 3 Spreading Spores right at the final hour. On the way there, it should burn Frozen Lances, Crypt Builders, maybe a few Restores, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And this is definitely second draw. So if I'm not duplicating, I mean, I was thinking about going right for Pyre Health, but that doesn't make any sense to me here. Quick plus 10, and spikes 3. Quick's okay. I don't think it's great here, though. I'll just roll. Take Large Stone, I guess. Although I could also just go to the Steel Shop again. But no, I need the duplicate. So I guess we go Large Stone here on Siren. Call that good enough. 75 HP is fine, I guess. Remove Train Steward. Probably just remove, like, Frozen Lances now. Not a great card at this point in the run. 100 health on the Sentient. I'm feeling pretty confident here. I think Purifiers could be a little awkward. This isn't Purifiers. I think taking the +8 here is fine. I'm fairly certain it's fine. If my Siren didn't have 75 HP, I might be a little more concerned, but with our top 4 setup, we'll draw into Glimmer before the problematic enemies are on the way. The holdover Glimmer should be here. It's interesting that Rail Spike doesn't just make the card cost 0. I really do feel like it should just make it cost 0. There are draws where we don't draw into Glimmer in time, but this is not one of them. And we shouldn't even take the sweep because of Reflect damage. Reflect damage? Rejuvenate damage. Reflect damage. What game am I playing? Yeah, okay. Just hold the Glimmer over. We're chilling. Duplicating Spreading Spores will get us accelerating through the deck quicker with it. I'll do a Gifts here. Hitting Engraft and Restore is not my favorite outcome. It is fine. It's a risk we're taking here. Because the idea here is pretty straightforward, right? We're just going to hit it. We're going to hit Gifts and then the whole deck becomes Spreading Spores that are free. We'll be drawing 7 Spreading Spores per turn pretty quickly if I just burn the rest of the deck with Gifts. Worth mentioning as well, because I know you may be uncertain about this, if you hit a Spreading Spores with Gifts for a guard, it creates another Spreading Spores when you play it, but that Spreading Spores does not have the Gifts for a guard buff on it. It does not say consume or any of that. I do know this interaction. This was not a question mark in my mind. I already knew how this worked. Part of the reason I did it was because of that knowledge. Trying to not take this Ember Drain. I'm going to take this Ember Drain. Tactical decision. I want it, don't worry. It doesn't matter because everything that I care to play here is 1 or 0 cost. Yeah, Gifts for a guard. Cost 1. So you'll see it here. Unless it's changed, there is a possibility that this has changed since I last played this. I haven't played it in like months, but let's just take a look here. There's no Spreading Spores in my discard pile. You play the Consume Spreading Spores, and it gets created without Consume on it. An important thing to know if you're ever playing this sort of a position, it does matter. Those having, like, if the Spreading Spores got made with Consume, I would probably not take Gifts on this run. However, with the knowledge, I am confident. Yeah, we're cruising from here. Like, absolutely cruising. I could take Pyre Growth, but I don't need the energy, and the draw -2 does impact our run. Focus Growth, Wildwood Tome, I'm okay. Yeah. It's gonna be weird when the last Divinity comes out. I'm gonna kind of feel like I have to relearn the whole game. Not necessarily, it's not exactly relearning the whole game, but it's gonna feel that way to me a little bit. Silence enemies. Does not matter on Sap Seraph. X cost gets +3. If I had thrown Remove Consume at Awoken's Rail Spike, I could have done an Infinite here, which would have been impossible because of Spreading Spores, but you know, would have been funny to try. We'll roll. Wow. Channel Heart, Thorn Casing. Sap Tap is +1 draw, so I'll probably grab that and just toss some Frozen Lances. It's fine. Grab a Sap Tap. Check the Magic Shop real quick. Hold over on Gifts for a Guard is pretty fun. Lets us burn our deck out real quick. I'm probably not going to, but it's an option. Just hold over and Graph seems fine. Seems better, I would say. And remove another Frozen Lands. Gifts for a Guard is pretty close to just not having anything to burn for me here. But we'll go through it anyway. I have to make sure that it doesn't burn anything important is all. Like, burning our first Spreading Spores is never going to be good. So if I haven't drawn Spreading Spores, like if I haven't drawn both Spreading Spores on the first Gifts for a Guard draw, I just don't play it. And then we guarantee top 4. This should be a pretty routine run through of a Seraph combat. The getting here part was the difficult part. I think I will Gifts gifts here, honestly. I have one Spreading Spores. I said I wasn't, but with one in hand, I'm not worried. I hit the other one, but I don't lose a whole lot for this. Drawing these Restores is a little less good, I would say. But like, we accelerate a little quicker off of this line. We just burn 3 cards right away. We draw through pretty quickly. I guess I could have hit... that was bad, because if I had hit either of my holdover cards this run, like if I hit Glimmer there, I think I do just lose. So, in hindsight, probably don't do what I just did. However, there is no justice in the video game, so it's okay. I not punished. I should have been like extremely punished. If I lost the combat for that, I would have taken the loss 100%. I would have just gone, damn, that sucks that I'm an idiot, huh? But as is typical, no justice. You don't get to watch my idiocy kill me. Not today. If I had waited on these Spreading Spores, I could have... Wow, there were... that is a tough draw. I'm gonna go ahead and slam. This turn, I started playing my cards a little too quickly. I should have opened with Restore. Basically, I could have played this turn a lot smoother. However, I did not. It's not gonna matter. Like, it does not matter at all. I don't think it matters at all anyway. Maybe it will. But I'm pretty sure we accelerate at a perfectly fine rate here. Regardless of the gifts. It's a win more pickup. Gifts Regard is a win more pickup. I'm trying to add that to my vocabulary because people keep telling me things are win more and I go, what do you mean? I don't know what that means. But in this circumstance, it is safe to say that Gifts Regard was a win more take. When we don't need to use Gifts Regard to thin the deck out to win this combat. It's just I just took it because it's fun. It's a for fun pickup. Okay, take a second here. Put Restore down, draw another card, then play Gifts. We are just going to hit Spreading Spores, but, you know. Win more is one of those things that I heard for the first time. Like, I was always aware of people saying things were win more. I heard it a lot in Hearthstone, and it's also something people say in Magic the Gathering, but I didn't know what it meant. Now I do. Someone explained it to me last night, because they said, or 2 nights ago maybe? I don't remember. Time is an illusion in this hell exile, but you know, someone explained it to me and I was like, oh, I get it. By the time I play Gifts for Regard, the combat's already won. That's kind of what it means. This endgame is what I had envisioned for us. The old, I just drew 5 Spreading Spores and my Siren does 600 damage per round sort of opening or closing here. However, there was one major bump along the way. I don't really feel bad about resetting. At this point, I don't feel bad about resetting in general. You guys have mostly just told me, yeah, who cares? Just replay combats if you think there's something you can learn from it. It's not a great lesson to learn, but the lesson really is just fuck Pushback Talos, dude. I hate that shit so much. I do feel like I have utilized my experiences with Pushback Talos in the past to create a winning line for us. Had I been younger in the DLC, I would have probably just skipped Lodestone Totem and taken like Petrified Skull and then died at Pushback Talos, but I did know to respect her enough to take those things to give me an out. A lot of times that boss just kills you if you only have one main carry, right? The other big thing is Pushback Talos really punishes you if you haven't seen a steel shop in a while, you know? Because you just want to have your units have enough health to survive around. If I had seen a steel shop plus Nameless Siren, I would have given her a health upgrade, and then we wouldn't have been in the question mark because she would have gone in front of the Sentient and just gotten pushed back right away, and then there would be no problem there as well. Lots of different ways you can play through Pushback Talos there. I don't like her. You're very well aware of that. But she does have lines to get around her. You just have to play her a lot differently than you play everything else. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.